Hello, this is Druid4574 and welcome to Mechwarrior 2. I'm planning on doing a playthrough of this game, but before I do that, I'll do pilot training videos. I'll go through the game's pilot training and start talking about advanced techniques there, but I'll also do an advanced pilot training video or a series of videos if it ends up going long. Since the game has many features that it does not teach you in the training, and I learned them by trial and error way back when this game came out in 1995, back when Windows 95 was the big deal, at the risk of dating myself, of course, a little bit there. Nowadays, we have to use a DOS emulation program, and I'm using DOSBox version 0.74 to run this program. So let's get to it. Okay, let's begin. The first thing we have to do is choose a clan. In this game there are two campaigns. You can play for either Jade Falcon or the Wolf Clan. And the story of the game is very long and very interesting. However, I won't be reading through it or talking about it much in this sequence of videos. I could refer you to other playthroughs of this game where that does happen, if you want to learn all of that without downloading the game and playing through it yourself. So we'll choose one of the two clans. Now, this thing in the center, Trials of Grievance, this is basically this is what became, I think, a multiplayer. So it's basically you just fight in waves and try to survive. It's I used it a lot as combat training, or just because I was bored sometimes with the campaigns. But let's start by creating a pilot for Jade Falcon clan. There's some screwy video.
To the heavens on the wings of the same. We remember with the clarity of falcon sight the words of Kerensky. Through the smoke of time he speaks to us, his chosen, and urges us onward with the promise of Eden. We will retake what is ours by right, that shining jewel terror. Not the vastness of space, nor the wolf's obstinate howl will stay us from our righteous goal. We are crusaders and will trample all who stand in our way.
Register Simcoe identity.
Of course, the resolution and graphics on these videos are very poor by our standards today, but back in 1925, it was incredible. So let's create a pilot here, something appropriate maybe. Actually, I should turn off my laptop mouse so I don't keep bumping that with my hand. There that goes. Sorry about that. Druid 4574. Very original, I know. And so it starts you off. You can start playing the missions without going through the cadet training, but we're going to do the cadet training. So they go in order of difficulty, essentially, while teaching you important parts of the game. So, and then ending with this trial for position, which I'll talk about later when we get to that video. So first we have to learn how to drive, which is a little embarrassing, but is very important. You have to learn how to turn and navigate and use the navigation computer. So that's what this is all about.
Welcome to training, Cadet. I like to think of this lovely place as my home. Now, you wouldn't even think of upsetting me in my home, would you? Of course you wouldn't. So do what I say when I say, and I won't get upset. I do bad things when I'm upset. So, what do you say we do a little nav computer training? Do not just sit there, Cadet. Punch N on the console to target nearest nav point. Use the numbers across the top of the console to manipulate the throttle. Set it to half by hitting 5. Pull the mech to the left with your joystick and line up on nav alpha. Follow the arrow on the compass at the top of the HUD to find it. Line up those indicators, Scrub.
Okay, thank you, instructor. Learning how to drive is great.
Once you hit nav alpha, the next nav in the sequence, nav beta will load automatically. Look up at the heading indicator. You'll see that nav beta is off to the right. Head for nav beta.
Now, I don't use a joystick for this. I just use the keyboard. Left-right movements are kind of on-off.
Real tough one. Flip on the autopilot by hitting A. Notice how the mech will automatically follow the nav sequence to gamma while on autopilot.
Autopilot engaged.
Ooh, autopilot. So cool. It is very limited, but it does reduce some of your problems sometimes in combat, I've found. I don't use it that often.
Wet nose. Mission almost accomplished. Hit A to disengage the autopilot, set throttle to 1, and await instructions from TC. You drive like a freebirth, Cadet.
Oh, thanks.
Autopilot disabled. Incoming message. Training command. Proceed to Nav Delta and dock at Mech Bay 5.
Meh.
Mission successful.
Okay, so that was the first training mission. And let's move on to the second. We have plenty of time in this video. The next one is called mech handling, and this is a little bit more advanced driving, so we'll be learning how to manipulate the throttle more effectively while turning the mech. And they've designed a short course for us.
Okay, Scrub. Follow me to the mech handling course. I have a feeling you drive like a Sibco reject, but I can still find it in my giving heart to put you to the test. Line up between the flags at nav alpha and await my go.
Okay. So let's do exactly what the instructor says. He says, go to the flags and await is okay. So let's do that.
You will be timed on the course, so keep your throttle high in the straights. However, as you approach the gates, you will need to slow the mech to make the turn. Follow the line and slalom the pylons. You think you can handle it, wet nose?
Okay, so let's do that.
On my mark, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so we're driving the Fire Moth, which is the fastest mech in the game and also has the poorest turning ability. So at full power, this is as fast as I can turn. So I have to slow down quite a lot to make it through these gates, almost to idle. And learning how to maneuver like this is critical for combat. It can help you avoid enemy fire while delivering as much fire to the enemy as possible. And let's not crash into the gate. Home run.
Excellent work, Cadet. You
Woohoo.
have shown a mastery of your machine. Your performance is duly noted.
Incoming message. Training command. Proceed to nav beta and dock at Mech Bay 7.
Okay. So that was fun. One thing I've noticed about the nav computer is see how I'm lined up right now with the red arrow? Now watch. As we get closer. Oh, it's not going to do it this time. Maybe if I line up with the cursor. There we go. Well, anyway, I'll be able to just demonstrate it later. When you're pointed exactly at something, the mech doesn't necessarily go exactly towards it. I just thought it was kind of an amusing, I guess I'm at the wrong gate. An amusing thing.
Mission successful.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me on these on this first introductory video, and hopefully you'll join me for the next two sessions. We'll look at weapons usage and hunting. So join me next time. Thank you for watching.